Hey you guys! So I just got back from the grocery store and I'm unloading all of the things that I got, and I wanted to show you what I typically buy on my average grocery shopping trip. So I have everything to the right of me right now, which looks like the left on the video, and I'll just show you one by one what I have and explain how long this will last me and also how much it usually costs to buy this amount of organic food. So I'll start with the fresh stuff first. I have two 1-pound containers of organic strawberries. I have fresh dates. Honestly, I don't know if these are in season right now. It's June. Typically, I don't see them at my own grocery store, so I picked them up because I like them on salads, sliced up with a nice creamy dressing, but I don't know if they're seasonal. So I have them. These are not organic. These are the only thing that I bought today that's not organic from what I can tell. I got a sweet young coconut. My husband is traveling in Miami this weekend, and he was telling me about all of the tropical fruits he was picking up while he was traveling around. So I thought I'd give this a shot. I've purchased the non-young coconut before, and they were a pain in the butt to break open. So I'm hoping this will be easier, but honestly, I've never purchased one. So if you guys have any tips, please let me know. I also have nectarines, which I do know are in season right now. So this is a yellow nectarine. I follow a monthly newsletter called Produce Geek. That's Geek, like a nerd geek. And he talks about seasonal produce on a weekly basis. He has an email distribution. So I really like this because he lives somewhat close to where I live. He's in the Kutztown, Pennsylvania area, which isn't close, but it's close enough that the food that's seasonal for him in his newsletter is also seasonal for me where I am. So these nectarines, hopefully they'll be tasty. I have a whole bunch of organic lemons. This is for what I drink in the morning. I'll have lemon water, warm lemon water every morning before I go to work. I also have some avocados. I'll probably be having these tonight with some corn tortillas, just to make some little tacos, some cabbage, onions, some kind of a protein with these avocados. I have a lot of organic celery. So I just got a juicer. I'm super excited. It's from a friend. And I'm going to try to juice these with some apples that I have that don't taste very good as apples. So I'm hoping they'll be good in a juice. I also have some zucchini and some cucumbers. So I'll use the cucumbers in the juice as well, or I may spiralize them, and I'll definitely be spiralizing the zucchini. So these are also from a local farm, organic. I have lots and lots of bananas. These are still too green for my taste, so I'll usually let these sit, and I'll use frozen bananas in my Shakeology in the morning or for dinner, and then I'll wait until these ripen up and then stick them in the freezer, or I'll pack them for lunches when they get a little bit more brown and spotted. I have a watermelon, which I grew up hating watermelon and hating all melons in general, but if a watermelon is nice and ripe and juicy like this one, I love them. So I got some watermelon today. I have pineapple and cherries here. Cherries are in season. Pineapple was cheap and it lasts for a while. So one tip I have about pineapple, I used to wait until it would get yellow before I would, sorry, the computer just went black. I would wait until it would get yellow before I cut open. And I found out that you can cut it at pretty much any time and it should still be sweet and ripe. So I don't really have any great tips for choosing the right one. I try to choose one that's a little bit bigger, not too small, not too green. But you don't have to wait until it gets really yellow before you cut open your pineapple. So just something I wasn't aware of until somewhat recently. I have multicolor rainbow carrots, which are fun. These are organic as well, and they actually cost just as much as the regular non-rainbow, non-organic carrots. So I was super excited to find these. I have lots and lots of organic broccoli. So lately I've been spiralizing the broccoli stems and sauteing them as like a pasta with roasted pine nuts and garlic and a little bit of oil, and it's super tasty like that. So now I'm not just throwing away the stems, I'm actually using them for something else. So that's really tasty like that. I believe that is all of the fresh stuff because I also have some collard greens and some kale and some salad greens from my organic farm. But I have a couple of weeks until I'm picking up more produce from that farm, so I was just trying to buy a little bit to hold me over. So in the non-perishable department and the non-produce department, I have a Wild Friends maple sunflower butter and a smooth unsalted unroasted almond butter. So I don't use a lot of these. My husband loves them on bread, things like that, so I keep them on hand. But this maple sunflower butter is like my new obsession. It tastes amazing. It's super sweet, but it only has 5 grams of sugar per serving, and that's if you're having a whole 2 tablespoons. So typically when I have a nut butter or a seed butter, I only have 1 tablespoon. So in that case, if you're only going to do that on a slice of bread or with some celery or something, that's only 2.5 grams of sugar per serving, and it's maple sugar. There's no artificial sweeteners, no refined white sugar, no cane syrup or anything like that. It's just maple sugar. So pretty simple, pretty tasty. So again, this Wild Friends brand, if you see it, I definitely recommend it. I also bought 2 things that I've been trying to stay away from a little bit are processed meats and cheeses that are plant-based. So I sometimes buy a lot of Daiya cheese and Gardein, which is great once in a while, but I find that lately I've been trying to increase my protein and I'm adding it to like everything. So I decided that I was willing to buy some fake cheeses and meats this week, but I was very careful about the ingredients. So right here I have Chow deli slices. This is by the Field Roast brand, which have some really excellent sausages as well. So in the ingredients department, it has coconut oil, corn and potato starch, some fermented tofu, and then the rest are just spices and pepper and salt and things like that. So not too bad. And I will try not to eat this more than maybe twice a week. So I might have it for dinner on bread or mix it in with pasta and get it all melted. But it tastes very good, and it's a very good cheese substitute if you are trying to stay away from dairy, especially if you're trying to transition to plant-based. I highly recommend this brand. So in addition to that, I have Upton's Naturals chorizo sausage. So these are, it's kind of crumbled up like a ground beef type thing. This is not gluten-free, so if you're gluten intolerant, have some sensitivity, or you're celiac, obviously you don't want to eat this, but if you can eat that, all it has is Vital Wheat gluten, some soy sauce, cider vinegar, spices. That's it. So fairly simple. Sometimes I make my own veggie meats and I'll use the Vital Wheat gluten, so I really don't mind buying this because it doesn't have a huge list of ingredients that I don't recognize. And the last thing I bought was a big pile of tempeh. So tempeh is great. It's if you're not familiar with it, it's a fermented soy product. It comes from Indonesia. It's a traditional Indonesian thing. I have some recipes for it on my website, and if you'd like me to send you some other ones in addition to that, let me know, because it's kind of a weird taste, kind of bitter, hard to get used to. So I have some tips and tricks for using it. I personally don't mind eating it raw, but my husband refuses to eat it unless it's marinated, and it goes through a pre-boiling process that I do. So if you have any questions about what to do with tempeh, let me know. But it's an excellent protein source and just really awesome to increase the amount of plant-based foods you're eating without feeling like you're suffering in the protein department, because that's often a common misconception about eating plant-based, is that you're protein deficient or you're not getting protein from enough diverse sources besides beans. So tempeh, the seitan, the Vital Wheat gluten product, as well as tofu, those are awesome options, in addition to beans and grains and things like that. So again, this is typically what I'll buy to just carry me over in between my CSA farm pickups. So normally I would buy more greens, believe it or not, if I didn't have things already in my refrigerator. And I also try to stay away from pastas and grains and things like that, because I have a whole crap load of stuff in my pantry. So if you have questions about what to stock in your pantry and you haven't already received a PDF copy of my pantry guide, send me a message and I will make sure that you have a copy and explain a little bit more about how it works and how to stock a plant-based pantry. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, please comment in the comments below, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.